one of the absolute best methods in all of the literature about procuring water is through a solar still. I've never actually tried this myself, so I wanted to try it out today. So I went ahead and I dug a fairly deep hole, or relatively deep hole, maybe about 1.5 feet or so actually, and about 2 feet wide-ish. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my water bottle inside this hole and then cover it with some plastic, and then put some grasses and green material around here, and see how long it takes for how much water I can make in a hole this size. In all of the literature that I've read, I haven't really seen a whole lot of instructions on the ideal size. I could only imagine that this is pretty it's gonna dictate to the soil and your environment, so that if you have a looser soil that's easier to dig and you can grow, get a bigger, you have a big piece of plastic and you can dig a big hole, you're going to get a lot more water, versus a smaller hole and not get very much water for the amount of energy that you're putting into it. So for this, I'm just going to start off with a small-ish hole. This is kind of a clay loam soil, so I'm hoping that there's some moisture already inside there that is captured, but I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna add a little more greens to this as well. So stay tuned and I will show you my update. Okay, so I just covered the hole with the plastic and put a rock here so that the condensation will collect on the film, and then the condensation will then roll down, hopefully, into the bottle. So it's already starting to get cloudy. It was much clearer literally just a few minutes ago. So it's obviously working. Let's just see how much water we get out of it. So stay tuned. Okay, so probably about an hour or so has passed, and we're going to try to see what's in the solar still. I have no idea if there's any water at all. I'm beginning to think that maybe not. What I didn't figure, and I should have, was the trees up above me here that the sun quickly got behind, and really kind of casted a big shadow here to slow down the whole process. So that was really kind of dumb and unfortunate, especially now that I'm pretty parched and want some water. So I'm just going to move some of the soil off. See, we got a little bit of water. Oh man, it tastes like soil, but it's good. So 30-40 minutes or so with grass in the hole, and a fairly small hole, and I was able to get 2 ounces of water. Not a whole lot, but if I had all day, if I had filled this hole with water, dirty water from like a pond or a stream, put more branches in, broadleaf branches with lots of moisture, and again a bigger hole, more plastic, I think that this certainly would work. At least the proof of concept is enough for me. But just to kind of recap, we're just going to dig a hole, cover it in plastic, take your bottle, stick it in, and then we put all those rocks right down over it so that the water condenses and drips right in there. So, factoring in the fact that I've had the shade, and there's probably only about 15, 20, maybe 10, 15 minutes of good sun, probably get a little bit more. But at least it was a good experiment and good to see how this goes. I think I might even try this out later on in the year, maybe dig a bigger hole and see what happens. So yeah, stay tuned. Let's find out.